Shalom, shalom, chavrim. I'm Steve Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, and I wanted to update you guys from our broadcast last night. U.S. Supporting air forces there struck the Iranian Guard in southern Syria. That is Al Bukmal province there, or Al Bukmal, the little Syria there, just south of Deir ez-Zor, close to the Iraqi border with Syria. And the reports that we were getting from Ava, which we'd posted her link, she's a investigative journalist in the region there that was reporting on this. And now Amman News also has picked up on part of what this clash was all about. It's not only the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, but ISIS militants had come in from the mountains there and had actually crossed in across the Euphrates River there near Deir ez-Zor, down in the same region there, attacking the Syrian Arab army. There have been so far 31 confirmed dead in the early reports that are coming out, according to Amman News, of the Syrian Arab army, and only 4 of the ISIS militants have been killed in this major clash. Also, we are getting reports that the military airfield of Deir ez-Zor was also struck, which undoubtedly the U.S. forces were striking that particular position there. And then we run across another article, which I'll have to bring out to you guys more tomorrow once I can go deeper into this situation that is happening there in Syria. But we've also discovered information coming out that one of the oil fields east of the Euphrates River there is paying out $1,000 a day to ISIS militants. And that's for protection. That's kind of odd, isn't it? In fact, the Syrian Defense Forces, which is something that is backed by the U.S. military, has been working with the ISIS militants, according to the article that we were reading earlier today. We have shared that on our Twitter account, retweeted that just moments ago. Those of you that want to follow us on Twitter, it's Israeli News Live at Stephen Ben-Nun, D-E-N-O-O-N, the name that I write under our the pen name that I use there. Check it out there. You can see more of the information. We've also been retweeting the different news articles there on Twitter, so you can actually see that. And so have to wait and see. Anyway, though, one thing I've seen about too, why is it that other outlets are not carrying this news? We got to keep in mind, there's a lot of collaborators there with jihadists over in Syria, whether it be Israeli collaboration or, and I know some people may not like hearing that, but there is a lot of collaboration. And we know this because the Jerusalem Post actually published the article that Israel, in fact, one of the former general of the Israeli military, had admitting arming and giving cash to jihadists inside of Syria. Not to mention all the proofs we have of U.S. forces backing ISIS militants on a regular basis for many, many years as it is. So they're not wanting the world to know what's going on. If it was just the Revolutionary Guard in this attack, they probably would have picked it up. And no, I wouldn't expect RT to pick it up either, because if you think about it, RT working under Putin, he's only going to allow certain things to come out. After all, Putin does allow the attack of the Iranian forces. Doesn't matter to him if they get hit or struck or not. But the issue is that we have ISIS militants involved, and of course Syrian soldiers are dying as a result. And after finding out this connection between the ISIS militants and with the connection there of getting cash payouts from the oil fields there east of loud truck, sorry about that, east of the Euphrates River, and getting the payouts there under, that is all, those oil fields all under U.S. control. It's another one of those really awkward situations. You know, listen, I have to tell you guys straight out, what's really sad is Israel's been hijacked by a bunch of Kabbalists and Talmudists. And this is why we're involved in so many wars in the Middle East. The United States right there happily along cheering the way, and innocent people dying as a result. And why? Because there's a reptilian race. This is really a cry and a shame for the true Israelis that are living in Israel today. You have no idea what real Israelis go through and how they cannot speak out, because if they were to expose this reptilian race that is in power, they would be in a world of mess. You know, I ran across a scripture over in Jeremiah just recently. In fact, I was listening to the Bible yesterday just listening to the audio version of it. And Jeremiah spoke about how that God would send serpents, cockatrices among them. This is Jeremiah speaking. This is not talking about during the times of Moses in the wilderness and the serpents that were biting them. And, you know, Moses raises up the brass serpent so they could live. This is Jeremiah prophesying of it in the very same chapter that he prophesies the coming of Yeshua. I can't help but think, because we have no other record of serpents and coming in biting the Israelis other than the wilderness journey, and for Jeremiah to prophesy of it, and then have Yeshua say about the Pharisees, you generation of vipers. Serpents, he calls them. Maybe this reptilian race is exactly what Yeshua was prophesying, or Jeremiah was prophesying about, that Yeshua exposed. And the sad thing is that very same Zionist, Kabbalist, Talmudist group is in control today. No wonder why we have all the wars that are going on. Who have they bitten? Unfortunately, and you know, it's interesting, Jeremiah says they cannot be charmed. They're on a quest. And not only do the people all around the world suffer from this evil demonic influence, but also true Jews living in Israel today. The true Jews that have come back home to see the Messiah, they are also suffering as a result of this. That's why these so-called news organizations that are believing Israelis will never tell you the truth either. They're not going to tell you. Why? It's controlled opposition, of course. I'm Steve Benin with Israeli News Live, where you will hear the truth, and not a lot of people like it. Thank you for supporting the broadcast. Thank you for watching. Shalom in a world of Ein Shalom. As Yeshua said, if they say peace and safety, there will be no peace and safety. And that's what they're trying to bring about, by the way. This utopia, New World Order, which are going to change. Yeah, they don't want nobody to know it's a New World Order, but this New World Order, one world religion with the Noahide laws, this is supposed to bring about what they call the Messianic era of what? Peace and safety. Yeshua said when they say peace and safety, don't believe it. How long does it take for people to wake up to this? Or are they still just too dumbfounded? Are they wooed? They say a snake charms you, right? Charms a little bird. A little bird can't get away from the charming that's going on. I think that's what's happening today. The people have been charmed and allured by the serpent. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you for watching. And shalom in that world of Ein Shalom.